Hello everyone. So today I want to talk about a very important issue in public discourse. We have seen that recently the Delhi elections have been conducted, and yesterday the results of the Delhi election also have come out. But during the Delhi election, there have been numerous promises, counter promises, and excessive promises of welfare for the general public by all the political parties which are involved in the election. So let's try to understand what is the public discourse, or what are the important things with respect to the three terms that we need to discuss. Is one is freebies, the second one is welfare programs, and the third one is the thing which is called as populist schemes. These are the three things that we need to understand, because these are the three issues which are in public discourse and discussion. And let's try to first differentiate what is the meaning of a freebie, what is the meaning of a welfare program, what is the meaning of a populist scheme is something that we need to differentiate. When it comes to the freebies are usually the promises which are given by the government to the general public. And welfare schemes are also promises made by the political parties for the general public, and even populist schemes are also the programs which have been promised by the government to the common people are also called as populist schemes. But there is a finer difference between all three of them. The first and foremost difference that we need to understand is freebies are usually the programs which have a lot of adverse effect on the state finances. The government's finances will have an adverse impact because of these freebies. And apart from having an adverse impact on the state finances, the freebies don't have any capability to enhance the living standards of people. So they don't have any great impact on the living standards of the people. They cannot enhance the capabilities of people, but they cause a huge drain on the government's resources. Then they are usually called as freebies. Whereas on the other side, the welfare schemes are the programs which, even though have an adverse impact on the state of finances, the welfare schemes are the programs which enhance the capabilities of people. People's capabilities and capacities are enhanced through these programs, and definitely these kind of programs are appreciable programs, particularly the government spending on things like education, health, food and nutrition. All of them are considered to be welfare programs, and nowadays it is being said that the welfare programs are not just government giveaways, but they are also the rights of the people. This is one thing that we need to keep in mind. And in the rights-based approach, all of these things are considered as capability-enhancing features of the government schemes. Whereas the third scheme is called as the populist scheme. Usually a populist scheme is a scheme which is extended with the intention of influencing the voter behavior. So this means that usually a populist scheme is announced just before the election, or it is announced in order to attract the voters to a particular political establishment, and the only intention of the scheme is to influence the voter behavior or choice. Then it can be considered as a populist scheme. So it means that there are freebies, there are welfare schemes, and apart from that, there are also populist schemes which are present. And we need to be a little mindful of what a politician's promise constitutes here. First and foremost, in this regard, we need to understand one more important aspect, that is, the Supreme Court has given a judgment on this kind of a freebie culture in India, primarily because during the elections, the political parties are giving excessive promises to the public. There was a case which is called as 𝐃𝐨𝐰𝐧𝐥𝐨𝐚 case, or S. Subramaniam Balaji versus State of Tamil Nadu case. And in this case, a citizen from Tamil Nadu, he went to the Supreme Court saying that the state government of Tamil Nadu, during the elections, it has promised color television sets for the general public. Then along with the color television sets, they are also promising gold ornaments if they come to power. and this was being done in order to influence the voter behavior, and they are just populist schemes and they are just freebies without any intended benefit of enhancing the capability of people. So this was the case which was filed in the Supreme Court, and the petitioner asked the Supreme Court to stop this action of the state government, but the state government was of the opinion that these kind of freebies, they in fact take forward the directive principles of state policy, is the argument of the state of Tamil Nadu. But finally, the Supreme Court, in its judgment, it said that it cannot stop the political parties from giving the freebies or promising for populist schemes, but it gave a very important guideline saying that so these kind of freebies or populist schemes cannot be considered as corrupt practices. It means that the political parties have the right to extend these kind of welfare schemes, and they cannot be considered as corrupt practices, is one guideline which has been given by the Subramaniam Balaji case. And apart from this guideline, the Supreme Court also has said that it cannot directly interfere in regulating the political parties' promises to the public, and it should be done by the legislature. As the legislature did not take any action, recently the Supreme Court has reopened the case and it has been referred to a 3-judge bench, and the 3-judge bench is yet to give its decision. But whenever a political party promises a freebie or a welfare scheme, it should also ideally give the rationale behind the scheme to the public, why it is implementing a particular program and what kind of impact it will have on the finances, and how the government is going to generate the resources for the sake of implementing the scheme is something which has to be explained by the political parties. Then only this kind of promises should be made to the general public, should be one ideal suggestion to the Supreme Court. On this note, let's conclude the discussion. Thank you.